All right, just clicked over 633.
Coffee with this day. James Taylor's been a frequent guest on the show. James owns Atomic Books. Put out an interesting series of books that got a lot of national press, a lot of kudos, called Shocked and Amazed. Essentially the history of freak shows.
Mm-hmm.
There is a new museum getting ready to open in Baltimore tomorrow. It's called the Dime Museum. It is a tribute to sideshows, freaks, and the like.
Okay, makes sense.
Let's go to James Taylor right now, live at the side of the Dime Museum. Good morning, James. How are you?
Good morning, Marty and Don. How you guys doing?
Oh, that's you.
Welcome to the American Dime Museum.
Well, what's going on, James?
Oh, this is the world's only museum devoted to the exotic, the bizarre, the strange, the wild, for educational purposes.
All right, let me get you to step out of that because it's blocking your microphone. We can barely hear you.
Let me get up here now.
You look like you're in one of your books.
Oh, Lord, this is... Whew. I do not know how Howard Stern does this. I really don't know.
What
Good
a deal.
heavens.
What's with the wig?
Oh, isn't this nice? It takes many things to make a museum.
It's also taking your earphone off with it.
Uh-oh, and this wig is just one of them, I suppose. Yeah, we're down here at the world's only exhibition center for the history of the museum business as it relates to sideshow and as it relates to all things exotic and
James,
wonderful.
go ahead and drop the wig, really. Just take the earpiece out, drop the wig.
There you go.
Wig gone.
All right, very good.
There you
There
go.
we are. Oh, no, now it looks like a dead spider. This is post-Halloween, isn't it?
Where exactly are we right now?
We are at 1808 Maryland Avenue, just one block west of the Charles Theater, as a matter of fact.
Okay, fine. So we're
yeah.
up in that area.
Completely convenient for anyone who wants to drop by.
Now, this has been quite a commitment for you.
Yes, I and my partner both, Dick Horne. This is kind of the Fun with Dick and James show, if you will.
Hey, Dick.
Hey!
What's going on?
Hi, guys. As you can tell, I've got James as a partner in opening this American Dime Museum, which is a testimony to the history of the museum business, actually, which began, arguably, right here in Baltimore with the Peel Museum.
What do you mean?
First building built as a museum in the country.
Was it in Baltimore?
Yeah, there was the
That's
Peel,
correct,
yeah.
the Peel Museum. And it started out just like this. They had mastodon bones and ostrich eggs and shrunken heads and a Fiji mermaid, actually.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the Peel Museum started out as a freak show museum?
Absolutely. The term freak show came along a little later, the later part of the 19th century.
Yeah, the Peel
But in
Museum
the early part of the 19th century, when the Peel opened, and the Peel family had museums in Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York. They were all painters, and they all needed a second income or a major income, and they had these museums. They were enormously popular.
They spoke of oddities, if I remember.
Oddities is correct.
Yes.
Well, so now you and James get together here. Now, yeah, I mean, look at this. Where did you guys, I mean, you guys really must have done some serious work on this. Where did you come up with all this stuff?
Oh, my. Dick and I have both been fascinated and obsessed, if you will, with this business for a lot of years. Of course, it came with my Shocked and Amazed, but Dick's been a collector of such things for, oh Lord, as long as I've been involved with Shocked and Amazed, maybe even longer. You see here a recreation of a sideshow, kind of a sideshow in miniature.
Sure, the
covers the gamut of the types of things you might have seen in a 10 acts in one show. A little blade box right here. The rubber skin girl would get in the box, twist and turn between these blades, snaking her body like a reptile, and you'd pay an extra 50 cents or $1 to go up and watch how she did it, and unfortunately be probably a little bit let down when
Are
you saw
those
how
the
the act was
original
done.
posters that you have in there?
Oh my God, yes. That's a really sweet banner right back here of Melvin Burkhart, the anatomical wonder. This was from his last days in the Coney Islands, Sideshows by the Seashore a few years
So you've spent
back.
some bucks here, right?
As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
but the
collectibles.
business demands it. It's a business that needs our support as far as I'm concerned, and we certainly have done our best to showcase the history of it here at the American Dime Museum.
Yeah, you sent us over a fact sheet. You and Dick put together this for us, that there's a facility called Circus World Museum in
Yes, there
Wisconsin and the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia.
Yes, the Mutter Museum
Mutter.
in Philadelphia is actually a medical collection.
But these places get between 100,000 and 250,000 visitors a year. Do you think that's possible at the Dime Museum?
Oh heavens, I certainly hope so. I think it's worth every bit of the attendance we're looking forward to getting.
Second floor.
Second floor. And
now we're on the first floor. The sideshow portion of this is in the basement of the facility, the museum.
Cool. Okay.
And this is the first floor.
Show us the neatest thing in there, because we've only got about a minute.
Oh, heavens, the neatest thing in here. Oh, I love this shrunken head. This is just a delightful little piece. The Javaro Indians in South America, as part of a ritual of enemy hunting, go after those they don't care for, and they take their heads and they shrink them down. As an old showman in North Carolina once told me, they split them up the back and pop the skull out just like they would a squirrel, which I found rather scary, frankly, but they make these little shrunken heads, and shrunken heads are kind of a popular Halloween thing as well. You see a lot of them done up in rubber.
What are your hours going to be, James?
Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 3.
Wednesday through Sunday.
12 to 3, very a limited time here. So noon to 3, Wednesday through Sunday.
Yep.
Can you walk in? You need to make an appointment?
Oh no! By all means, just come on down. And in the old days, the dime museums used to cost a dime. What with inflation and such, it's more like 30 dimes at this juncture. So it'll be $3 to get in, but a reasonable price by anybody's estimation.
That is reasonable.
It sure is.
And we're showing your phone number and your website right now.
Delightful.
The website's easy, dimemuseumalloneword.com.
But we'll hot link to your website off the morning editions. How
Wonderful.
about that? All right, very cool. It should be pointed out there's some serious local support for this John Waters on your board of directors.
Yes, he is indeed. So are Penn and Teller.
Very good.
Seriously.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Looking forward to getting to them.
What's with that skull with the hole in the middle of it?
Oh, that's a skull with a third eye socket. Very scary little
Is
piece
that a
of
real
work.
skull?
Well, certainly it's a real skull. I'm not saying it ever came out of a real guy's head.
Penn and
Yeah, I
Teller,
understand that, yeah.
John Waters behind
Yep.
this. Well, good luck. We're going to keep up with you guys and see how it goes. You got some heavyweights supporting you there. Dick, James, we've got to run. Thanks a lot.
No, thanks a lot to you both.
All right, it's our pleasure.
1800 block of North Charles Street.
That is going to be really cool, right near the. And you know, look, when you get John involved, you start getting Penn and Teller. That's pretty serious.
Sure it is.
Dynamite. All right.
His books have always been serious. All right, 20 minutes before 7 o'clock. Still to come on the morning edition, the latest.